if you try to glove up with McGregor early in rounds 1 and 2, you will probably get knocked out. McGregor's punching is in another league. McGregor's punching is in another league, especially as in round 1 and 2. Now, what else does McGregor have that he does so well? Well, he's got beautiful kicks. He's got fantastic kicks. Now, when he does his kicks, a lot of people say they're setup kicks, etc., for his hands. And I agree, there are setup kicks for his hands, but they're also very dangerous. Now, the best kick he ever connected, in my opinion, was against Diego Brandao. For those of you who haven't seen that fight, he hit Diego Brandao with a spinning hook kick. It hit him right on the chin. It was a beautiful kick. It was one of those kicks. Well, it was actually a kick he tried to do on Diaz, but missed totally. On Diaz, he missed totally. With Diego Brandao, he landed it right on the button. The commentators actually missed it. He kind of wobbled and dropped Brandao, but there was so much excitement beforehand, and things were piling on. He was touching Brandao with his hands, and then snuck in that spin kick, and then just jumped on Brandao. So there was so much chaos. There was so much things being thrown by McGregor. The commentators didn't mention it, but it was such a beautifully well-placed kick, and that kick can drop any man. Okay, the spinning hook kick. It's a very, very dangerous kick. Now, Brandao tried to throw it on Khabib and missed by a hair. You know, he just kind of like grazed him slightly. And then Barboza threw that same kick against Kevin Lee and caught Kevin Lee. For those of you who don't remember that fight, who haven't seen that fight, Kevin Lee was dominating the first few rounds very easily. He was just grounding and pounding and just all over Barboza. And then later on, Barboza threw that spin kick, caught Kevin Lee flush and dazed Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee was on those skates. Kevin Lee was hurt. And then he was able to recompose himself and get another takedown and keep dominating the fight. But it was a scary moment. Now, McGregor's got that kick in his arsenal. He does. And that's a very powerful kick. Now, he also threw some very, very beautiful kicks that didn't connect against Dustin Poirier. But when he threw them against Dustin Poirier, it controlled the distance for him. You saw Dustin Poirier back up, respect those kicks. He was difficult to pressure because of his kicks. He was throwing some beautiful kicks early on. Some lead side hook kicks. That those kicks, if you don't respect them, you'll be lying down on the canvas. Okay, so McGregor's got some beautiful kicks. But the downside to throwing those kicks, you know, those teeps to the body that he did so well against Chad Mendes. He did some beautiful, beautiful teeps to the body against Chad Mendes. Those kicks, though, if you throw them against Khabib, they can either land big or they can backfire greatly. Why? Because when you're throwing a kick against Khabib, you can get your foot caught, and then it's an easy takedown for Khabib. It can be a very easy takedown for Khabib. Now, those pokes to the body that he does so well with those teeps, you know, those left teeps that he did against Chad Mendes, they work beautifully. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful move. If you get that long leg, if you got that Anderson Silva long spider legs like McGregor does, those are beautiful kicks. But in my opinion, throwing those against Khabib is very different than throwing them against a Chad Mendes. Very, very different, okay? Khabib's single leg ability, his ability to grab a single leg. For those of you who don't know, in wrestling, a single leg is a very popular takedown, obviously, no doubt about it. It's a staple takedown. It's when you're holding essentially one leg. It's a high-skill maneuver. It's a high-skill maneuver. A single leg takes a lot of brains. Okay, it takes a lot of brains, it takes a lot of know-how. Now, a double leg is also a skilled maneuver, but less, far less. Okay, because when you have a, if you're a wrestler and you're not as skilled, but you're super athletic, you got a lot of torque, you got a lot of power, you can make a double leg work. Okay, a single leg, however, you need a lot of skill. Now, torque and power always helps. Okay, but single legs are much more of a finesse move. They're considered far more of a finesse maneuver than a double leg. Okay, a double leg is pretty simple. Now, if McGregor kicks, especially to the body, in my opinion, a lot of the times it can end up as a single leg for Khabib. And McGregor doesn't want that, okay? As much as he's wrestling, Khabib's been wrestling since the day he can walk, okay? If he gets to the single leg, he's very likely to score. He's very, very likely to score those single legs. So I think that McGregor is going to punch a lot, kick very little, even though his kicks are excellent. Now, another key kick that McGregor threw, which he hasn't thrown in his career very much, was the low kick against Diaz. In their rematch, he started low kicking Diaz. Now, we all know that Diaz has been notorious. He's been very well known for not being able to deal with low kicks. Every time he fought somebody who threw heavy low kicks, he almost always did bad. When he fought RDA, when he fought Rory McDonald, he just got his legs mashed up. Okay, so McGregor, not a low kicker, not really a low kicker. You know, before that, we didn't see too many low kicks. He started low kicking in the third round. If you all remember, in the second round in their rematch, McGregor versus Diaz, in the rematch, part 2, in the second round, McGregor was dominating early, hurting Diaz, but then Diaz started to come back, and it seemed like it was the replay of the first fight. And he survives the round. McGregor survives the round. It was a closer round, but I still gave it to McGregor because McGregor had knocked down Diaz. Third round, McGregor starts low kicking Diaz, and Diaz kind of backs up. And it kind of gave that breathing room that McGregor needed. McGregor needed some breathing room, because if he didn't get those low kicks going, I didn't think he would be able to put Diaz away with the hands. You know, the pop wasn't there, and I think Diaz could have took over. This is not going to be the case with Khabib. He's not going to be able to low kick Khabib. It'll be highly unlikely he low kicks Khabib. Why? Because if you low kick Khabib, you're probably going to end up on your back. You're probably going to get taken down, and you're going to be put away. So kicking in this fight is highly dangerous for McGregor. I'm not saying he's not going to kick. I think he will kick. He'll probably do the oblique kick, the side kick to the knee. He'll probably, you know, pick and poke with the legs, retracting them very, very quickly to avoid having his legs gripped. But eventually, if he gets too happy with those kicks, if he throws too many kicks, he will get taken down. Okay, he will get taken down. So his best bet is to put the hands on Khabib, avoid the clinch as much as possible, and land those incredible shots from different weird angles. Like Pauline Malignaggi said, he said it brilliantly. He's got to hit Khabib. He's got to use those weird angles. Angles Khabib has never seen before. And he's got to catch Khabib coming in.